David Attenborough says humankind is about to collapse. Sean Addleton by News Punch reports. Sir David Attenborough has issued a dire warning about the future of humanity, warning that the collapse of civilization is about to occur. These are very strong words, don't you think? The collapse of civilization means jungle and chaos. Addressing delegates of almost 200 nations at the UN Climate Change Summit in Poland, Sir David warned that much of the natural world is on the brink of total annihilation. Quote, "Right now we are facing a man-made disaster of global scale, our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change," he warned. "If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. Do you not see what is going on around you?" asks a young man in a video message played to the delegates. Quote, "We are already seeing increased impacts of climate change in China," says a young woman. Another woman standing outside a building burned down by a wildfire says, "This used to be my home." The Guardian reports, Attenborough said, "The world's people have spoken. Time is running out. They want you, the decision makers, to act now. Leaders of the world, you must lead. The continuation of civilizations and the natural world upon which we depend is in your hands," end quote. Attenborough urged everyone to use the UN's new Act Now chatbot, designed to give people the power to and the knowledge to take personal action against climate change. Recent studies show the 20 warmest years on record have been in the past 22 years, and the top 4 in the past 4 years. Climate action must be increased 5-fold to limit warming to the 1.5 centigrade scientists advise, according to the United Nations. The COP24 summit was also addressed by Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General. Quote, "Climate change is running faster than we are, and we must catch up sooner rather than later before it's too late," end quote, he said, and added, "For many people, regions, and even countries, this is already a matter of life and death." Guterres said the 2-week summit was the most important since Paris and that it must deliver firm funding commitments. Quote, "We have a collective responsibility to invest in averting global climate chaos," he said. He highlighted the opportunities of the green economy. Quote, "Climate action offers a compelling path to transform our world for the better. Governments and investors need to bet on the green economy, not the gray." Andrzej Duda, the president of Poland, spoke at the opening ceremony, saying the use of efficient coal technology was not contradictory to taking climate action. Poland generates 80% of its electricity from coal, but has cut its carbon emissions by 30% since 1988 through better energy efficiency. Friends of the Earth International said the sponsorship of the summit by a Polish coal company, quote, "raises the middle finger to the climate," end quote. The major goal for the Polish government is the summit is to promote a just transition for workers in fossil fuel industries into other jobs. Quote, "Safeguarding and creating sustainable employment and decent work are crucial to ensure public support for long-term emission reductions," end quote, says a declaration that may be adopted at the summit and is supported by the European Union. In the run-up to the summit, Donald Trump expressed denial about climate change while there were attacks on the UN process from Brazil's incoming administration under Jair Bolsonaro. Ricardo Navarro of Friends of the Earth in El Salvador said, quote, "We must build an alternative future based on a just energy transformation. We face the threat of right-wing populist and climate-denying leaders further undermining climate protection and racing to exploit fossil fuels. We must resist," end quote. Another goal of the summit is for nations to increase their pledges to cut carbon emissions. Currently, they are on target for disastrous 3 centigrade of warming. The Prime Minister of Fiji, Frank Bainimarama, who led the 2017 UN Climate Summit, said his country had raised its ambitions. He told the summit, "If we can do it, you can do it." Kindly support my Patreon account, since that's the only way I can continue what you like seeing on this channel. Thank you. You'll find it in the description box below.